and welcome back to episode 166 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malk. Eagles made it to the Dance King.
Yes, sir. How we doing?
Listen,
How we feeling,
we
gentlemen?
here. I got
They
my
made it
guys
to
with
that
me.
bowl.
CT and Q McLeod, what's happening with y'all?
Was popping. Mad the boys made it to the bowl, man.
Yep, always a hater in the crowd. Always a hater.
I ain't mad. I ain't mad at it at all. Let's hop right into it though. Eagles beat the 49ers 7-31.
You know, it wasn't much to discuss. You know, good old fashioned ass
Over there
whooping.
shaking his head.
Good old fashioned ass whooping.
So, and this is me. I just gotta ask the question, right? This ain't me like gassing nobody up and nothing like that. But do you think it's the same score if Purdy doesn't get hurt in the first quarter?
Yes.
Probably
No.
so, because they were
No.
I
not
did too.
Yes.
I
They were
did too
playing
for
bad.
real.
They were playing
Yes.
bad all around.
I mean, he was 4 for 4 though, wasn't he? Before he got hurt.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
I mean,
Well,
I
I think it
agree.
would have been different. It would have
So-
been a little
he
different.
was throwing easy passes though. It wasn't
was.
like
Right,
nothing. You know, the game was just starting, kind of.
They might have got another touchdown and a field goal. I say.
Nah,
Yeah, I don't think so. That Eagles
they would have been trailing, so field goals would have got obsolete.
Yeah,
that
true.
defense was probably the best it looked all season in that game.
Yeah, 7 was on it.
I
I
mean,
told
that's
you.
it. I said
The
that
rush.
too. I said I wasn't really worried about them Niners like that.
I thought their
For the
defense would be
Eagles,
a
at
little better.
I thought so too, CT.
Yeah, nah.
But
Everybody,
when that run get to going, it's over with. It looked like with the Eagles. So yeah,
listen, everybody who touched the ball was averaging 3.5 a carry.
Balling.
Everybody touched the ball. Gainwell, Hurts, Scott, Sanders.
Smith at the receiver spot, one handers.
Right.
It wasn't a catch, but yeah,
That Devontae Smith.
it wasn't a catch, but they called it. They didn't challenge it, so shit, go for it.
Man,
That's
that
a credit.
Devontae Smith
It was a catch. That's a credit to the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Jalen had to throw some tough ones. You know what I'm saying?
The angle I saw looked like a catch,
And
but I
them
didn't
boys
hear
is-
talks of it.
Are we talking about the Devontae Smith?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a catch.
I thought so too.
That
But like I
was a
said,
catch.
there were talks about that it wasn't. So I mean, I don't. You know.
Looked like
Man,
it
Nah.
juggled a little bit, but yeah.
that was a
Nah,
catch,
it was a
man.
catch. It was
I don't know what the
a
fuck
catch.
else they
I don't
want.
know.
It's almost to the point, like, you know how
Never-
like. What you saying, Q?
I was just gonna say the ball never hit the ground and he never went out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I was about to say, it's almost to the point where I remember back in the day where motherfuckers used to talk about wide receivers that wore the gloves and shit. But now it's to the point where you need them because they don't want that ball to move at all. At
Mhm.
all. And it's like a catch is a catch. Like we know what a catch is, right?
Right.
But y'all trying to make up like he might have not had control of the. Come on, man.
Yeah,
it's a
they're
catch.
looking for
It's a fucking
stuff.
catch. Like now they even worried about how much control you got after you hit the turf.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like I get it. Like if you stretching out and hit the turf and it bounces out, but if you catch the ball, have control, and then hit the turf, and then it's like ball moves a bit, you gonna call that an incomplete? Like just because it moved a little bit after you hit the turf, that shit hurts.
Man.
Especially when you're in fast motion. That
Right.
shit, like,
You landed
yeah.
on the ball and body, like it's gonna move. The ball's gonna move sometimes. That doesn't stop the fact that it was a catch.
And you don't want to get hurt going down. So
Right.
like, I gotta see. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I do think they going a bit overboard with all that shit.
They gonna have to be gymnasts soon.
Right. Right. You gonna have to roll, catch the ball, roll so you don't land hard, and then stand up and go like,
And
like
hold
this.
hold the ball stiff the whole time.
Right. That's crazy.
Perfect 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. But yeah, I mean that game.
Wasn't really much.
It's
Wasn't
funny.
really
It wasn't
much.
really much, and it's funny because it's the second game in a row where they did the same thing we talked about last time, and you called it disrespect. They put Minshew in the fourth quarter. Oh, fuck this. We about to put our second string quarterback in here. I have never seen that before. I've never seen that before this year.
And I'm still mad.
Where it's like we whooping ass so much, we about to just throw our second string quarterback.
I'm still mad about that shit.
Why you say that?
Cause man, nobody hit this motherfucker yet.
Who hurts?
No, Minshew.
Oh. Don't
He
hate on
handing
Magic
Man,
Minshew.
Man, fuck that. Put him on his ass or something. Let him know you don't supposed to be in this game right now.
They probably put their second string in too, third string. It was over.
I don't care, man. You put a
I mean, what you saving them
backup
for?
quarterback in a meaningful game.
What you saving
You
them
know what I
for?
mean?
Yeah.
This is the last game of the season for real.
I don't know.
Let him get some clock.
Listen. And they talking about the Niners talking about they going with Purdy and Lance. They do not see Jimmy G returning.
Somebody
What?
pick Jimmy up though.
He going to Vegas.
He better not. They talked about that too.
Porn
He
star
better
Jimmy in
fucking
Vegas.
not. He better fucking not. He better fucking not.
Right down the way.
He better fucking not. But I did look it up. They had Raiders for the number 7 pick. They had quarterback as the most needed. As long as I see that right now, I have hope. But I do not want to see Jimmy G in the silver and black. I don't want to see it. I could
Me
too,
either.
but I don't want to.
Aaron Rodgers, somebody. I don't know. I just want to see. It's gonna be somebody nice
Nah,
though.
no Aaron
'Cause
Rodgers
Carr-
either.
He
No
said
Aaron Rodgers either. And it's not that I don't like Aaron, and I do think Aaron still has juice left. I just don't want the Raiders getting comfortable with nobody that's only going to be around for 2 more years. You know what I'm saying? He had a different career than Brady. He was getting out from behind the line and getting busy and getting hit and shit. You ain't going to last till 45 like Brady did. That's not happening.
Mhm.
Not based on your career, I would say. So we get you for what? 2 years if we lucky. Then we right back in a boat where it's like our team looks like shit because we don't know who to go with. What quarterback situation we gonna rock with. Like I said, this is the best. Well, I won't say the best. I'll say the deepest quarterback draft I've seen in a while. Why not take part in it? And you got a number 7 pick. Why not take part in that?
Okay. Well, with the draft.
But the Raiders don't make those logical picks. So, like I said, I could see them looking at a Jimmy G. I just hope that doesn't come to pass.
Hot take.
Throw it out there.
Do you think it's torture that Derek Carr has been invited to the Pro Bowl as a Raider quarterback?
Pro Bowl is this week.
No, I'm just saying though, you've been shipped out already. You know it ain't no future with the team.
I don't know.
Well, it's not
Now you
torture
gotta-
because they have to list him with the last team that he played for when the season ended. So I mean,
Well, he's more so looking at it from Derek Carr's perspective, like
Like,
I'm
you gotta put
representing a
that-
team that I'm not even playing for anymore in this bitch. I feel like
You got to
that's
put
an
that silver and black
opportunity.
helmet on one more time.
Yeah, I feel like that's an opportunity though.
Uh-huh.
Because if I'm Derek Carr, I'm trying to go out there to make a statement. You know what I mean? Like,
But how you gonna make a statement in flag football?
I mean, that's
You
not all
can't.
they do though, right?
No, that's the actual versus. That's what it is. Now they have the skills
Oh,
competition.
okay.
Yes.
Right. That's what I was more so, more so talking about the skills and all that.
Uh,
Like you can still, regardless of the fact, you can still show off in those situations
I
in
don't
the
think anyone's.
quarterback position.
I don't think anyone's taking Pro Bowls or All-Star games for that fact serious. I think that's just the
No,
problem.
I don't think so either. But you also have to understand that this is going to be the last time you get to see any output out of Derek Carr before you have to make a decision. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, how much to heart? I guess is what I'm saying. Can you take that compared to having pads on and actual in-game action and coverages
I
and
think it
defense?
could change some minds. I think if there's like teams where they're on the fence about getting them, I think if he goes to the Pro Bowl, all his passes look like they on a string. They like, we might be interested type shit. Because like I said, it doesn't have to be contact football to be impressive from the quarterback standpoint. It's more so where you play ball placement. All that shit makes a difference.
Well, I guess for me, it's kind of like this Pro Bowl sounds more like practice. Is what it really is,
Yes.
glorified practice. So
They
I
know
feel
what
like
he can do.
Right.
everybody's supposed to look good in practice. That still doesn't give me enough of a sample size to know what you can do for me in a
Yeah.
No,
I
real
I
can
life.
agree.
see it. I can see it as a workout trial, though. You know what I mean? It's not like you're
Mhm.
gonna have pads on when you work out
Right.
for teams or anything.
Right.
So
In one of them little
yeah,
games, like the dark games or something.
yeah.
And you
Right.
I
also got to
mean,
think. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off. What would you say?
no, I was just gonna say it's a freebie for him. You
And
know what I mean?
I was about to say he's right at that point. As much as I hate on him, he's right at that point where you can't really. A lot of teams can't really ask that man to come do a tryout, or come do a. No, it's either do you want him or don't you want him. But you can't say,
Mm.
Derek Carr, come out here and throw some balls for me and let me see where you put him before we talk about. He's above that. As shitty as I think he is, he's above that. So I don't know. You might have to use some of it as footage. I mean, it's a lot of teams
What would
that
it?
can use him, but im- improvement doesn't always equate to getting there. You know what I'm saying? And Derek Carr may be able to improve a lot of teams, but I don't think he's going to get not one of them there.
This will be his 8th season, right? Coming up.
Nah, this would be because then we say, wasn't it like 9 he was with the Raiders?
He's been in the league for a while. Hey Siri, how long has Derek Carr been in the NFL?
Because I thought it was like 7.
From GossipGist.com. He turned professional.
He was picked in the second round of the 2014 NFL draft.
So 9 years, yeah.
Furthermore, Derek Carr's.
So
This
this
would
would
be
be
his
what,
ninth
his
season.
10th? Or this would
Mhm.
be his 9th?
Name's coming up. Yeah.
9.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, I don't know.
He's at that level. Yeah, he doesn't really need to work out for anybody. They just gotta trust in what they get, basically.
And like I said, I do think there's teams out there that
What y'all said,
can
Houston?
improve with him. He's just not going to take him nowhere.
Y'all said Houston. Go get him, D'Amico.
Well, Houston has the what? The 3rd or 4th pick in the draft?
I mean, you can learn under Derek Carr a couple of years.
So
He
you
don't
think
wanna
they
go
should
that
still
route.
go with a quarterback in the draft and bring in somebody like Derek?
Hell yeah. We've seen with the talent that's coming to league recent, most of them haven't had a full first rookie season at the helms. They did some type of sitting, some type of watching, or there has been some type of injury that's caused them to
Right.
sit and learn. And it's benefited second year.
I'm telling you, it's great for these young quarterbacks to sit and watch, even if it's not the best quarterback. I just,
Mhm.
I think Derek would be. I think I'd agree. He'd be decent to sit behind because he does certain things well. He's too heady. He's in his head. He's worried. He's like it's too much going on.
He's the perfect good and bad quarterback to watch
Mm.
because he's gonna do a lot of fucked up shit where he's gonna be like, why? And if you asking him why, then you know better.
Right.
Won't happen. So
That's interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, like you said, it wasn't much to this game. We'll move on from that. Bengals Chiefs. 2023 Chiefs.
Came down to a dumb mistake.
Definitely came down to it definitely factored in. It was a big factor in that situation.
Mm-hmm. It was. That shit was crucial.
And for
Couple
anybody to my shower,
crazy flags.
I don't think that was a crazy flag though.
what flag?
Couple of them. at
The Joseph Osai late hit
Out of bounds. Yeah.
on
no, not that one.
Patty Mahomes that
it
gave
was a
that put
couple
him
of
in
them
field goal
before that.
position.
Oh, that was a good flag.
Yeah.
That was a good one. The third down one. It was like a third down. They reset. They gave the Chiefs the ball back. It was crazy.
Oh, you talking about that illegal contact?
Or it was like a legal whistle from the ref. They said the clock didn't start or something. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. I mean that's a referee thing. Yeah.
It was so many of those.
I think
I'm like, man.
I think the refs wanted to be a part of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just there to officiate. You just there to make sure shit go right. But for some reason they wanted a co-star and role in the season. Like add me to the credits. Like you're not even supposed to be there though.
Mm.
You know, honestly though, like a ref is not supposed to even be there. You're just there to make sure shit goes right. But for some reason this season, they took it upon themselves to step it up to be, they needed more camera time. Let me throw more flags. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was weird to me.
Fuck them refs.
Oh, Family Matters theme song, hit ass niggas.
They say we have a voice too.
Thank you. Oh, that's
Right.
gold.
Refs calls matter, head ass niggas.
Like they did my boy Brian.
What? What you talking about?
Celtics game, the no call.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't watch it. I heard
Shit.
about that, but I didn't
What
watch it. You told me about it, but
What the referees association say they can't sleep at night over that play. They
For
missed the
real?
call because they missed the call.
Man, they say little bullshit like that all the time when they run
Oh
it back.
no.
What it is you're embarrassed at the fact that now after they run it back and they called you out on it, you like, oh fuck.
And they don't get fined or nothing for
Right.
it. So it's crazy.
Got to. They have to, man.
They got to.
Even if it's not even a fine, like I think it should be like on a system where like kind of how you get occurrences at your job, like when you call off and it's unscheduled, where you can't get 5 of these motherfuckers in a, you know, like a so many game stretch. You get 5
Yeah, I don't think they
and you
get
can't
nothing.
ref for the back
But what-
half of.
But what would be the penalty for occurrences? Would it be missing the game and missing the pay for that game?
No, that's what I'm
If you-
saying. If
you know-
not the occurrence itself, that's gonna happen. But if you get so many of them within like the first half of the season, your reffing privileges is revoked for the back half, and now we filling in others who ain't going, you know, keep getting those messed up calls. It's only
Yeah.
right to the players and the fans. Nobody wants to see off calls.
And if you mention something about a ref, you get fined. So it's all
Right.
ugly.
Right. And y'all are admitting that you're getting the calls wrong, so why
After
would
the
these
game.
players get frustrated and be like,
and then you give them a technical when you do
Right.
like even what you just did right there with your hands, like you
Right.
give them a technical for that after
And that
they called
affects
a
the
bad
game.
call, change the
Yeah.
whole game.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these motherfuckers want a co-star credit in
And
the
if that's your second technical, you out the game. So
Listen.
that's like you just call a couple bad calls and this.
It's even more ill with football though, right? To bring it back because you get those targeting penalties, shit like that. You out of
I don't know.
there.
Basketball is up and down. You can really face to face with the ref a lot of times. So
Right, but it's just one call. It only
he
takes
can really
one call to
target
get
you the
you out
whole
of there.
game.
With football, with basketball,
bas-
you like, oh shit, wait a minute, he on my ass. Let me cool out a bit. They gave me
Dudes
one
really
already.
don't cool out.
If he
He can
tee
just
me
throw
up
you
one
out
more
the
time,
game.
I know it's gone. I just feel like with the targeting shit, they should do it similar. They should do it
Yeah.
on a weighted scale. Like if it's a bad targeting, get him out of there. But if it's not, now you got like soccer, you got a yellow card, motherfucker. If you get called again for putting your head down, you're out of there.
Yeah.
But just to affect the game like that with one, like that's a lot of power on a ref. Like one call takes out your whole defense, the whole foundation of your defense.
Yep.
I've seen some plays get downgraded to where they'll call unnecessary roughness instead of like a targeting or defenseless player.
I wouldn't be
I-
against that. I wouldn't be against that. Like if they reviewed it from where, New Jersey, or where is the booth at?
In New Jersey.
Yeah, if they like brought them in and was like, look at the play and tell us if it's a targeting or can we lower it to like you said, unnecessary roughness. I wouldn't be against that. But to just be able to be like targeting, he's out of there.
Well, they do that a lot of the time. They call over to them, or they'll ask him, like in the games, they'll ask like the head of the ref, whatever. They'll be like, "Was that the right call, so and so? Did they get that right on the field? Yeah, that's the right call. He did lower his head. They were talking about that.
But they
They've been had
usually do that after the play gets called.
No, I see them do it sometimes in the middle of the plays review. Not all the time. They'll comment
See.
it sometimes afterwards, but no, I've seen a couple of games where they they're not on hand on the field, but they're on hand on the you know what I'm saying?
They're watching live.
Mm-hmm.
I
So-
even think the head referee has a direct line with them now.
That's what I'm saying. Like they
Yeah.
got more advanced with that shit. But they'll call,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah, it's not come to the sideline no more.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's why they're huddled up.
Yeah.
They make it mandatory. Make it mandatory on those plays. Cause then you putting too much on the ref as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like to put it on the ref that the call was made to take your player out of the game. Like make it mandatory in those calls, those targeting calls. Now we have to refer to the booth. Like you can throw your flag, right? But we have to go to the booth to confirm it on those calls. Throw your flag, call your penalty, and then do your review.
Right.
Just like you would do on a coach's challenge.
That's a good point.
Because that's too much. It's putting too much on the ref, and we all know from playing sports, it's harder to see what's going on when you're out there than it is when you watch it back on film.
Right.
When you watching it on film, like you be on TV, why didn't he cut? That's because he didn't see that fucking hole. He got grown men chasing his motherfucking ass. He trying to get out the way. He didn't see that hole.
Right.
You see it because you sitting on your couch rubbing your fat ass stomach, motherfucker. That's what that is.
It's a little different.
Listen, tell me
Hey,
something.
hey, the great ones see it.
The great ones do. I don't even know if the great ones do so much as instincts take them. Because a lot of that shit, you look at them Barry highlights and it's like, there's no way he saw that. He just did that real quick and it so happened to be the right move to make.
But I mean, how many times you got to do
You
it
right.
before you believe it?
You right, man. Barry, I'm a believer. That's hands down my favorite player of all time. Offensive player, I'll say. Offensive player.
Yeah,
But back to the game. No, Patty threw what? 326, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Patty ain't no joke, but I do think he gonna have a tougher time in Philly, with Philly's secondary than he would with Cincinnati's. And I also think that y'all have a quarterback that can extend the clock. Cause like we said, he's not gonna force it. He'll take off on his feet. That keeps that clock running.
Yep.
He's gonna give his defense a breather, is what I'm getting at.
Uh-huh.
Patty can have a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, we convert a lot of third downs for the most part.
Now he's not good for a 3 and out, but I've definitely seen 3 and outs from Patty.
Right.
You gotta force him from behind that line. He's not crossing it unless you make him cross it.
Get him uncomfortable.
And I do think that's a good role for, Fletcher Cox and what's up?
Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham,
Sweat.
They got Josh Sweat.
Quinn. No, what's his name?
Jordan Davis is out there.
Robert Quinn.
Robert Quinn, but he'd be hurt. And they got
he was hurt.
Who's the other one? Joseph Linval that we picked up too. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of reason across the line. Or at least to break up a pass or throw him off his rhythm to make a mistake. And we know that once Patty starts making mistakes, he's going to keep making them.
I don't know, though.
But Andy Reid's 3-0.
You get Patty in his head, and you get Patty in his head, and Patty's in his head. You hear what I'm saying?
He needs some of his guys healthy, but yeah.
He need to be healthy.
True.
He need to be fucking healthy.
He do.
He got 2 weeks. He all right.
Yeah, he got a couple. He'll be
Yeah.
He's still not gonna be able to run though. Like,
well, he can't run like that. Period. I mean, he can run, but he can't. So
you can't sleep on Patty Mahomes with running the ball. He just prefers not to.
That would be a game that I would suggest him to take off running at any given time. Is all I'm saying.
Swear you go.
I mean, it would be a game where you might have to. Like, it's hard to put him in that position if he can't move like he normally could. Because
you seen what happened to Purdy and Josh Gannon last game, and that was just from defense playing defense. That wasn't nothing crazy. No freak accident.
Patty is too crafty. He'll be all right.
He is.
Too crafty.
We'll see. We'll see how crafty the offensive line is.
I mean, they gonna have to be too. You ain't lying. Nah, you ain't lying about that. They gonna have to be too.
And if you try to throw that ball crazy on the run, good luck. So we got some ball hawks out there.
That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Can them DBs guard?
What, Scantlin and Schuster?
Man, James,
I got a parlay, but it's interesting you said that because I do got a parlay where I got a James Toney anytime touchdown on there for that reason.
Toney.
Yeah, I say that all the time, James Toney.
And he just got injured last game.
He did.
Yeah, but I don't think
hurt.
I wouldn't have bet on him.
Yeah, I don't think it'll keep him out.
He can't stay healthy. Even if you don't keep him out, he just gonna end up being out.
Hardman
that
hurt
could
too.
be the case. But just give me one touchdown before you go. I don't care if that is the play. that you get hurt. Nigga just catch
Go
that ball.
out on
He
that.
had that last play, or that last game. That touchdown pass he dropped, and he had to bend backwards for it.
Did he catch one though?
Not a
He caught a
touchdown.
pass.
Yeah,
He
not
caught
a
a pass.
touchdown.
He caught a pass before he went out for a
Mhm.
9-yard catch. Might have been in the red zone.
For most players.
Was it in the red zone?
I said it might have been, if I remember correct.
Yeah, don't get me lying.
Wasn't a touchdown.
But yeah, nah, that's the fact. It wasn't a touchdown. That pass, I mean, I give him props for going for it because it was in an awkward position. That's why he be getting hurt. Because that motherfucker, like,
He's too little.
He turned and bit back to catch it, and the receiver swiped, and I was like, God damn, like.
Told you got to be a gymnast now.
He still almost had it, though.
That touchdown he did though when he stepped up in the pocket to Stanton.
Mm-hmm.
That was a dot.
Yeah, you gotta watch Patty on that, but I do think that y'all do got some Hawks out there. It's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be a big game for Kelsey. Cause I really don't know who y'all have that's gonna spy him. He has to be spied.
Yeah.
He has to be spied.
Yeah,
I
he's
will force
gonna
the
get
receivers to beat me. Y'all gotta beat me. Fuck Kelsey. Y'all gotta beat me.
Right.
They're gonna see what the Bengals really did because the Bengals really was shutting them down for real, double teaming them. But they had to make, like you said, them receivers to beat them. I think Moore came in number 24. I don't think he that nice.
Skyler Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one, didn't he?
He had a good return.
Yeah, that last one, that last return they had him
Got
in.
him. Yeah.
I thought he had a receiving touchdown. I might be lying.
Nah, I believe they ran like a little jet sweep or something like that early on. It was he actually had 7 targets, 3 catches, 13 yards.
13 yards. That's good.
Yeah.
But you know, his targets is them
short
leaks.
routes.
Yeah, them leaks, them screens.
Underneath the zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's a piece. He's a good piece. I think that you're going to hear a lot of his name moving up in his career, but because you didn't hear much from McKinney that game.
Mm-hmm.
Pacheco, they didn't use him how I thought they would. They did give him 10 attempts, but he only got 26 yards, 6 yards long.
I mean, he had 59 receiving yards, so off 5 catches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I don't think they used him the way they should have.
Nah, no, not at all. Should have been a little more run. Maybe mixing in Ronald Jones to hit up the middle more often.
I agree.
Back off that Bengals D-line.
What's even scarier, right, is if the Bengals can rattle you, so to speak, away from your run game, then what the fuck do you think the Eagles are going to do? If the Bengals can deter you from continuing your run game, that's going to be ugly for the Eagles. It's going to have to be a damn near
So the Chiefs really never had a run game for real, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're relying on Pacheco to have, good games here and there.
Yeah, because McKinney, I don't know how I feel about him.
He hasn't produced at all.
Really, yeah, I don't know how I feel about him. Because I feel like he still has some juice in him.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But it hasn't been noticed or seen. I haven't. But at the same time, you can't just put Pacheco back there all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. He's too good to just line up back there. You got to place him everywhere. Oh, shit. My fault. My fault. Damn, everybody got quiet on me like I was in a classroom and my phone went off.
Yep, you're in detention. Hit the showers.
Damn, y'all did me dirty. I also didn't see a whole lot out of Jamar Chase.
Now he had a couple catches and he
had 6 receptions, 75 yards, but that was from that 35-yard long. You feel what I'm saying? If that 35 long doesn't happen, then he don't have half his yards. But
I mean, that offensive line was getting tore up, so Burrow was having to try to get that ball out quick. He was getting sacked left and right.
Listen, his motherfucking shoulder pads was sticking straight up half the game. So they had to adjust his shoulder pads for him at least 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with Chris Jones out there, and people forget that when we talk about.
Yeah, he's nice. City. He's nice. We'll definitely have to account for him. But we did a good job containing Bosa last week with that 49ers defense. I'm hoping we can do the same with the Chiefs. That offensive line was punishing the Niners defensive line most of that game.
Yeah, 4 rushing touchdowns?
Yeah, man. They was moving them out the way left and right. They wasn't going nowhere. So that's gonna be interesting. Trying to stop him.
That's one thing I see different from Kansas City. Them having that ability from you're not just gonna run down the throat. Not like
that. Right.
Heavy D line, interchangeable guys. They got depth on defense. More so than all-star talent per se.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of depth, a lot of the DBs. They'll switch in and out. They'll put 6 back there. They do a lot of shit. They'll run heavy with linebackers.
Who you talking about?
I like KC. Kansas City.
Oh.
Just trying to support my Super Bowl preseason pick.
Yeah, I really don't know, man. I really don't know. I think the Eagles got them in this.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be close, obviously. But I'm gonna say Philly by 6.
You gonna say Philly 6?
Mm-hmm.
Let me put that down wrong.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be close, but I don't know. Jalen and brought them boys this far.
Patty is Patty, baby.
But
I can see Philly being up by 3 late. And then Patty being Patty.
I said Eagles 5, didn't I? I said 28-23 Philly.
I think this is about to be a David versus Goliath.
I think I'm going to stick with that.
Chiefs 4.
Who's
David and who's Goliath?
David is Jalen and Goliath is Patty.
Oh, okay. You are you putting it to the players, not the teams?
I mean, I'm putting it to...
I mean, I guess it could be the teams too, right? When you think about how the Chiefs have been on top for so long and Philly being the rising, I guess you could...
Really being the
It-
rising, but
it's
coming
a
from
it's
a
a
weaker conference.
it's a rocky moment.
Damn near. They gonna have to remove that Nick Foles statue and put a Jalen Hurts one up.
Dead ass. I'm not. I'm not against that at all. Real talk.
Man.
I'll switch up.
Man.
I'll
Now you
switch up like
can't
a,
remove Nikki, I
I'll
guess.
switch up like a motherfucker.
Can't get rid of Nikki, baby.
You just better make that Jalen one very big.
Hey,
He
what we
gonna
always
be
say?
our backup next year.
Hey,
Stop
yeah,
playing.
right. What we say? It's always about what have you done lately? And Nick, lately it wasn't you. I'm sorry, it ain't you. It's Jalen. So put that motherfucker up there, boy. Let him get his own. Yeah, man. Or put it next to him.
Yeah, I wanted Eagles 5. I really don't. I'm not feeling that though. I remember you asked me earlier in the week, and I said Eagles 28-23. I might put some money on that. But now my like everything in me is saying Eagles 13.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's interesting. Andy Reid going against his former team. He's 3-0 against us. But like I said, Andy Reid hasn't seen this version of the Philadelphia Eagles. He knows the old Eagles back in the day when he was there, and he can watch a little tape on us, but I think it's still going to be hard to stop. I don't know what his defense is going to do because our offensive line, man, they was fucking the Niners up and slowing down Bosa.
Hold up. Y'all bring up a topic real quick. I'll be right back.
This nigga.
Nah, I'll be
Man.
right back.
Oh shit.
What was it? Oh, I got a couple up on here. Hold on.
There's a lot of shit going on.
So Q, you heard about Frank Reich to the Panthers?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty stupid.
Man, they did Steve Wilkes dirty, man. They should have gave that black man that job in Carolina.
I mean, you hire a coach that got fired for
Right.
the team not to hire an interim coach with the team already. They disrespected Frank Wright even further because most of that staff is his. And you go get Jeff Saturday from ESPN,
Right.
the fucking
Right.
coach.
Right.
So that's disrespectful. And then it just shows where the Panthers are headed. To go
Right.
turn around and hire this.
They ain't finna go nowhere. And then allegedly Jerry Jones wants Mike McCarthy to coach as long as Tom Landry did for Dallas. But how you feel about that, Q? Saying that Mike McCarthy is basically their guy. Supposedly he's their guy. He's their coach. He's it. He's the one. How you feel about that?
He hasn't coached them not to crumble.
Right. Right.
Like, you can't even make it to the conference championship game.
Right. Y'all dropped the ball. Y'all haven't done nothing special. I mean, you make the playoffs and you shit the bed. I mean, it's the same story every year. So
Mike McCarthy should be kind of like who was it? I can't remember who did it, but he should be just offensive coordinator.
Right.
I believe that will be awesome for him.
Yeah.
Let somebody else lead.
I don't think head coaching is it. It don't seem like that's his forte.
And they keep saying Dan Quinn. I don't believe that's his forte either. He's
staying. You see that he's staying there? He's supposed to be staying?
Yeah, but I would. You're shining in that role. Like some people aren't meant to move up. Some people are meant to. Hell, you can be the first fucking $25 million fucking defensive coordinator.
Right.
Sit tight and fucking win. You know what I mean? But
do what you're
Mike
good
McCarthy?
at.
No.
He's trash. Yeah, he's trash.
I mean, how long did Landry coach?
Let me see. Hey Siri, how long did Tom Landry coach the Dallas Cowboys? That's what this episode I see. He was the first head coach of the Dallas Cowboys in the NFL, a position he held for 29 seasons.
Mm, mm, mm,
Oh shit! Damn.
mm.
Talk about loyalty.
No, I believe after this year upcoming, it will be over with because you also
Yeah.
see Jerry Jones reported that McCarthy will be calling the plays
Mm.
this upcoming season.
And he's getting older. You know what I mean? Like he wants to try to see his team win now. Like he can't
But who
just
are you
fuck
going to
around with
win
Mike
with?
McCarthy. You know what I mean?
Who
He
are you
can't
going
let
to?
him stay there 10, 20 years. Man's 80-something years old.
Who you
But
talking
your whole team is in shambles right now.
Jerry Jones and how allegedly he wants Mike McCarthy to coach the Cowboys as long as Tom Landry did. And Q and I looked it up, and Tom Landry was the first Dallas Cowboys head coach, and he coached them for 29 seasons. I said, Jerry Jones is 80-something years old. He don't got a lot of time left ahead. He ain't no way you his guy, and he wants
Maybe
you
he
there
putting
forever.
his will out. Maybe that's his last will and testament before he go. Y'all better not fire this nigga.
But
Hey,
he
you
allegedly
can't
said
fire
that.
this motherfucker.
Right.
Mike McCarthy is the one that's saying that this was said. So to me, it's alleged. I don't know factually if Jerry, you know what I'm saying? But this is from the words of Mike McCarthy that Jerry
Right.
Jones said that. So we were talking about that. Mike LaFleur, he got fired from the Jets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Did y'all
Who
hear
was that?
that the
OC?
Rams?
Yeah, I believe so.
Rams hired him. The Rams
No, I
hired him.
didn't.
Rams hired him as their new offensive coordinator. What y'all think about that?
I think that means Sean McVay's not sticking around. I think that's what that means.
What you mean? He already came back and signed his deal.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, yes.
yeah, he's
McVay's to
back.
stay.
Aaron Donald said he's back too. He said the rumors aren't
Oh.
true about him retiring. He said he's back
I don't know about LaFleur being in LA.
as the OC.
It's cute.
Listen,
It's cute. Sound cute. I mean,
Colin can't
Stetson
stand that motherfucker.
Stetson Bennett arrested for public intoxication.
Stetson Bennett.
yeah,
Stetson Bennett.
yeah.
I mean, as he should. I mean, not arrested, you know, but he should be able to kick it. He got 2 national championships back to back for Georgia.
Does anybody know if he's supposed to be going to the draft or if he's? Because I know he's done. He's past like the
I
age,
mean, he
the
old
time.
as shit.
Right.
He's old as shit.
I don't know, but
Because that's my question. That's my concern. If you were trying to sneak into the NFL one way or another, that's not a good.
and that's fucked up, right? Because you come out and you gonna be what, a 27-year-old rookie. You gonna be on rookie contract till you 29.
Hey, you know what though? If he don't go super hard, so he can get that big contract, you need to quit.
That's
Too old.
that's dangerous. I mean, it's not
see
dangerous.
what-
What other option does he have for real? I mean, I would.
You see what happened to old ass Chris Winkie?
Chris Winkie.
He played for the Panthers, right, back in the day, quarterback.
Yeah, came out of Florida State, old as shit.
hmm
Yeah,
That's
went
how. What was his name on the Cleveland Browns? Played for Oklahoma State. That's how he was quarterback. That's how he was too.
Now, don't get me wrong. At Florida State, you know he's contending for national championships and shit. But I mean, you're old as hell. Stetson been in a similar situation.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I feel like he's gonna get drafted by the wrong damn team and he's gonna disappear.
probably so. If he
Hopefully,
gets drafted.
hopefully it's not the Raiders.
Go to the Raiders. That fits the description. He got arrested. That's a good sign.
Oh shit, Derek
He's
Carr
already passed
2.0.
the
No, that's
test.
Cleveland.
Uh, uh,
That's a
Dolphin,
Cleveland thing.
Dol-
Raiders is like,
Dolphins,
we can't get the niggas getting in trouble out of college because they gonna do that when they get.
when they get there. Dolphins hired ex-Broncos head coach Vic
Fangio.
Fangio. Q, how you feel about that?
I mean, you know, not mad. Feel pretty good about it. He's my head coach.
But I mean, you think that helps the defense? Like, do you think that's gonna make a difference with the guys that y'all have, the pieces and stuff?
I mean, we have a good core built on D. And knowing that we have Bradley Chubb, and the last time Fangio was a part of the Broncos, Chubb was there.
True,
Got some familiarity there.
true.
Helps us implement him because I did see that as a big problem. There's no way he was on our team, and you know his name wasn't called a whole lot more. So thank you to help out. You know we got the talent. You know we can only get better scheme wise. So,
That's a good point. I think that familiarity may come into play, especially like you said, since he coached him. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce moved into second place for most playoff touchdowns by a quarterback pass catcher duo.
Who's number one? Does it say?
No, but I bet you it's Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. If I had to guess, I would imagine. Who is?
That's interesting.
But while I looked that up, Chargers hire ex-Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. Now, I heard that this is good for Herbert because I heard that the offense that he was just in was not his style or comfortable for him.
Mm-hmm.
And that the offense that Kellen Moore will bring is the one that he flourishes in, like the one that we seen when he first came into the league when he did well.
Right.
Well, I think that'll be interesting because I know Herbert struggled, the past year or two?
Past year.
Yeah.
Past year. He didn't have a bad year last year. He didn't have an awful year this year. It just wasn't.
If they think the coordinator's the problem.
Who
You think it's Herbert?
Justin?
Huh?
That's crazy.
You think it's Justin?
Nah, I think it's the head coach. I just think he makes decisions throughout the game that affects the timeliness of how your players play.
Oh, they did keep their head coach, right?
I just feel you put your players in situations where it's like, go get me this, go get me that. What the fuck you gonna give me, coach?
Brandon Staley, I believe is his name.
Yeah, you got all this talent, man. All this
Might
talent.
be right.
Sometimes it's okay to punt the fucking football, let them get a break, and come back at it. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Did y'all already talk about Sean Payton?
Nope. But we could. You want to talk? Yep. Broncos hire Sean Payton. What, they got a deal? It was like a trade package or something.
Yeah, man. They lost the 29th pick. The motherfucker getting 15 to 20 a year.
Mm-hmm.
5 years.
I mean, my only concern is if he can revive Russell. Is it really too late? Because Russell did look pretty odd. Now I know the team was banged up, and the offensive. Don't get me wrong, but Russell is just himself. Much as I love him, he did just look awful. He was just.
Here's the issue, right? Is once again, I do agree the team was banged up. But with all that money and everything you gave up between Russell and Payton, are those banged up players enough once they come back to get you to the Super Bowl or the big game or whatever you're supposed to say now?
Right. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do think that he has decent pieces, but I don't know if they're everything you need, and y'all just drain the bank. Y'all just drain the bank with two different moves with Russ and with Peyton. You giving up picks, like that's a lot. If I'm being honest, I think this is a train wreck situation.
yeah, that's my only concern.
You
I
said what's the
think
train wreck?
I think this is a train wreck situation. If
Him going to
Sean
Denver?
Payton, yeah, if Sean Payton can turn this around and like make something happen for real, I think that boosts his stock, his legacy in as coaching in the league.
I
But
agree.
How is it a train wreck?
because I feel like y'all gave up too much and you're expecting to already have it with the pieces you have, and coaching is the issue, and Sean's just gonna be able to come in and turn it around. I don't think that's the case. I think you still need pieces in order to be that Super Bowl team. And now what you did was you just solidified your situation. You can't afford to go out and get nobody else to help. You gave away draft picks, so now you got what you got in Sean Payton. I think this is him coming back with the 4-5. You Jordan with the 4-5. You left looking great. Now you coming back and it's a situation where it's like, I don't know.
I don't know. I see the Broncos as familiar to that Saints team in what was it, 2006 or 2005? It looks like a team similar to that Saints team. You got a short quarterback in Russell Wilson, similar to Drew Brees.
Nope. Stop you right there. See, that's the problem. Russell Wilson and Drew Brees are on
No, no,
two
no,
totally
no,
different
no.
spectrums.
I'm not putting them in the same category. I'm just saying there's a lot of familiarity with the players and in the positions that they're in. So you're giving him a familiar team to work with. Now it's up to him to say, okay, I'm not keeping this guy. I don't want this guy. This is what we should do with these guys to get shit in order. But I still think Russell Wilson is a pretty good quarterback. He's just been down on his luck, and hell, he ain't got no fucking veterans to pick him up. So, I mean, it is
I
what it
agree with
is.
that. I agree with that. There's no veteran presence.
You don't have that, nah. You
There's
don't have
no
that go-to
Kelsey.
running
There's
back or
no
that go-to
Goddard. There's no
receiver.
right. There's
No,
no
nothing.
right. But I
Yeah.
mean, he got Sutton. He got
Right. He got a couple.
Judy.
I mean, you got talent, but them guys ain't showing up, man. That's what it look like to me. Like they can't get open.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like,
As much as I love Russ,
Yeah.
he played awful. I mean, he played
He
god
did
awful.
though. He
He played
did.
so awful. Cliff had to release him from his fantasy football squad. I mean, let's call it how it is. Let's call it how it is. Let's call it how it is. Let's tell the truth.
I almost spit beer. I released a lot of quarterbacks on my fantasy.
Man, but that's one of the first ones, if not the first one you
No,
probably
I was the
released.
first one to go. I think I released Carr too. Yep, I did.
Carr made it longer than Russell Wilson.
He
What's that
did.
tell you?
Yeah, he
That
did.
does
Yeah, he
say a
did.
lot. That does say a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Carr was on there both times I played you. He was
That
on your
does say a
roster.
lot.
I was disappointed because I love Russ. I do. But
I don't know if I love him. I don't mind him succeeding. I mean, I don't mind nobody succeeding, of course, but like, I mean, I root for him. I guess you could say. Like, I hope for him to do good. I
right.
guess root might be strong, but I hope for him to do well would be a better way to put it. But
Well, I'm not looking for this to be a 16-point a game, Russell Wilson. I'm looking for it to be back in the, you know,
Let's
upper 20s
let's
for him.
think about this logically though, right? You traded away your firstborn daughter, the princess of the village. You paid Russ, you paid Peyton. Best case scenario, right? Best case scenario if you're Denver, they make it to the wild card games of the playoffs next year. So that means that in the next few years, your draft picks are so very limited because you've already given up what you had in the bank. That's gone. So now you're expecting on future picks, but if you do well, those picks become not so important, I guess you could say. And you're still fighting to come out of, not like they in debt, they're not like in a bad situation, but the only thing that I say that makes the situation bad is that you still needed pieces. You still needed pieces though. Like this would have been a good decision or a good go if you had a solid squad and you just needed the leadership. But that's not this. You need pieces as well as a coach. Now you just get the coach. So we get to see how good he really is. I think this season is going to say a lot. Unless they already got the cop out printed on the headlines. Like, Sean Payton first season back was expected. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be interesting. I mean, especially because they should have a healthy team this go around. And the number one pass catching duo seems to be Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. By the way, from what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that too. Not those two, but I was thinking it was a quarterback wide receiver. Because why would you say pass catching duo if it was Gronk and Brady? You would say number one wide receiver tight end combination.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why they worded it like that.
So it had to be a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. What about them first that we went over before the podcast? That first time brothers play against each other in the Super Bowl. First time two black starting quarterbacks. Crazy. And I still want to know, Q, is it the first time a coach has ever gone to the Super Bowl against the team he previously coached?
Remember John Gruden? We talked about that.
You said that, but that I think that's different.
It hasn't been. I mean, it's the same. Before. I mean, he coached both teams.
Yeah, but I feel like John Gruden.
I mean, Gruden did coach both teams.
But he went during like mid-season type shit where Andy Reid had been with the Eagles for a while, been with Kansas City for a while, and now we're meeting.
But either way, you still coach both teams, though. I mean, it's just a matter of how soon.
Yeah, I guess the semantics are still there, but.
You know what I mean? So that's just how I was looking at it, but
yeah, I can't think of another.
Did it happen with Tony? No, it didn't happen with Tony Dungy. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of another. But I guess you are correct. Technically, that wouldn't be the first.
Yeah.
You said the Super Bowl, right?
No. Yeah,
right.
Super Bowl wise, I don't know. I can't think of him.
Yeah, none off the top of my head.
Let's see. Reid will be the fifth head coach to face a former team he helmed in the Super Bowl, joining Seattle's Pete Carroll, and it says Patriots, Tampa Bay's John Gruden, Raiders. Atlanta's Dan Reeves, Broncos. New York Jets, Eubank, Colts. So Andy Reid will be the 5th coach to do this.
Hold on, but Pete Carroll wasn't a head coach at that time, though. You know what I mean?
That's what this should say on NFL.com.
Patriots?
Mm-hmm. It says Seattle's Pete Carroll Patriots. Let me see. Damn,
He
type that
was
shit.
though, wasn't he?
He might have been head coach.
Yeah, he
Because
was.
I'm still I'm thinking about it with them white, ugly ass white jerseys with them
Uh-huh.
fucking
Yeah, I think he
red
was.
numbers on them.
I think he was. Yeah, I used to hate the Patriots
That's
jerseys.
sad. When Pete Carroll came to mind, that's the first thing I saw, them fucking white jersey with red
From
numbers.
97 to 99. I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it
Right
wasn't
before the
long,
Belichick.
but okay,
It-
so far.
NFL sets salary cap at $224.8 million per team for the 2023 season.
I think that's what, about a $17 million increase.
I mean, and that sounds like a lot, but it's a lot of teams still over that shit, trying to fight to be like, let me get the fuck under that shit.
To the teams that had the pieces, that's awesome.
Right. Because you can bring on another 1 year, depending decent 1 year.
It could fuck around and change the middle of the pack team and put them at the top real quick with, 1 or 2 fucking moves, man. That's what I think.
Man.
Some of those teams that lose nothing but 3 points or less all fucking year long can't
Lamar
get a win to
Jackson
save
to the
their life.
Raiders.
Nope. He'd have to be out of his ever-loving mind.
Lamar Jackson to the Raiders. Yeah, I
say
see
he
you,
ain't no-
cut.
He said he ain't no gambling man.
Lamar
Man.
Jack to the Raiders.
What's the Vegas odds on that?
I don't know, but I've been saying it for months, so give me them odds back in the day.
Brock Purdy has a torn UCL after that Philadelphia Eagles terrible loss. He will be out for, I believe, at least 6 months. It's going to be tough for the 49ers.
I don't think so. I read an article today when I said when I saw that they didn't plan on Garoppolo returning.
But like we said offline, you got 2 young quarterbacks, so they're supposed to learn under. How they supposed to? What happens if somebody starts fucking up? Who do you lean on? They're both young. They're both probably going,
I think what it is Trey's had enough time.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, Jordan Love's still studying, and I mean, he looks good when he comes in, though.
But that's different, though. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, Green Bay's known to do that.
Get another quarterback?
Known to sit a quarterback for a while until they finally get their shot. Second, Jordan Love has had far too much time to be sitting by. That nigga been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for 5 years now?
Nigga can have a whole doctorate degree right now.
Right,
fucking
5
playing with
years
Aaron
now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but Trey, it's almost like dog years. Like, as the NFL progresses, you're not awarded the same amount of time to come to be. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with coaches. You barely get a full year. They'll get you out in the middle of the year, and the interim will be in real quick.
Right.
But, like, you don't get awarded the same amount of time to be as good as you're expected to be. So, for a guy like Trey Lance, who's really been sitting for 2 years, you got a couple games in between that 2 year time, but you sat behind Garoppolo. You saw what Purdy came in and did. If that doesn't motivate you to be the best you can be, then one of them is on the chopping block.
Right.
And either way, it looks like they good enough to get something back. We can get something out of you for this. You'll give us a draft pick or something.
Right. Mm.
So, I mean, it's really a lose-lose situation. I kind of feel like that's kind of bringing it back to old school football where it's like, y'all the dogs, we going to lock y'all in the pen.
Mm-hmm.
We going to see who comes out on top. But it's up to y'all. We giving it to y'all. Y'all show us.
Mm.
I don't mind that. But what was you about to say?
No, I was gonna say Texans hired DeMeco Ryan, 6-year deal. 6-year deal though? Were they trying to be funny? 6-year deal? Because they know they're not known to usually keep a coach, black or white, for that long.
I mean, but maybe
let alone a new coach.
Maybe they thinking that this is they push.
I mean, he's a former player of the organization, obviously, so that's,
But I'm also, you know what I mean? Like, they got people behind the scenes that's watching shit. That's seeing when it's our move, when it's our time to strike. And it is their time, you know what I mean? Like, it's their time to where Texans could be making some moves to flip the organization. But I see you shaking your head, Q, but it is the truth. They got a good draft pick this year. I wouldn't continue going with Davis Mills. So it's either a quarterback or you got confidence in Davis and you're going to protect him with a lineman. Those are your only two options. Then you bring a quarterback in that you don't care being the fall guy or the patsy, and you got yourself an organization.
Man, that man took over an expansion team. That's what he did. They need everything.
But they've been expansion for a while now. It's about time
Nah, I don't mean it literally, not Cliff.
I mean, can you count them as expansion? They really just absorbed the Oilers, right?
No, that's what I mean. I don't mean it literal as like, I mean, them niggas, the organization has treated them like they're an expansion team. They don't have any players. They don't have any damn players for that team. We talking about Davis Mills at quarterback, bro. No disrespect to Davis Mills.
From David Carr to Davis Mills.
And you keep bringing in these black head coaches to be your fall guys. This is going to be your third consecutive black head coach. It's a first-time head coach, a former player of the organization. You signed him not to a 1 or 2 year deal, to a 6-year deal.
Because
not even saying he's capable yet.
Because they gave him an expansion team. He literally has to go in and fill every position on the fucking roster, bro. I ain't bullshit, bro. I ain't no disrespect to nobody that play for the Texans, bro. But this man has to go in. He can't pull out certain stars and say these are my core guys.
They got rid of DeAndre Hopkins.
They got rid of everybody.
Right. Like
or ran them off.
Watt left before he retired, obviously.
All that shit. Come on, bro.
Andre Johnson. Didn't Andre Johnson leave? Did he stay there? Or did he leave at the end of his career?
Andre, he
I couldn't
I mean, he played elsewhere. It didn't matter though.
Right.
He doesn't have anything good to say about the organization.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was just a fucking great player in a bad situation. Just like if Deshaun Watson situation never happened, he would have been the same fucking thing. I wouldn't have seen them going to no Super Bowl.
It's just a shitty organization.
Yeah.
It's just a shitty organization. That's what it comes down to.
Expansion team, bro. Every year they could be in the league 50 years.
Is that across the board, though? Is that across the board? You couldn't get it done with Tracy. You couldn't get it done with Elijah Wan. The only way you got it done with the Astros is by banging on trash cans.
Hot take.
And hiding cameras and shit.
You feel what I'm saying?
Hot take.
Let's really
Are they
think about
are they mad? I don't know. Are they still mad at Warren Moon for some shit? I don't understand.
Listen.
I'm just trying to think about it, because Warren Moon was God to them at one point.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. It may be across the board. That may be across the fucking board now that I think about it.
Bad.
Because they've been selling all the players on no state tax.
It's the people, man.
No
Fuck
state
that
tax
shit. I'm going to keep it real. It's the people of the fucking city. It's the people of the fucking state. Yeah. It's the people. Fuck that.
The
I'm going to keep it
kids.
real.
Why it gotta be the people?
It's the people.
It's
That's
the people.
I never have a professional team to cheer for in this state I live in right now because of the fucking people. You got beaches, you got casinos, you got money everywhere, bro. Money everywhere. At the ass.
And it will only make sense.
And watch fucking Alabama.
Now that you think about it, it's about time to add a couple teams in, because it will only make sense with you stretching the season out the way you are to involve some other teams in that. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of talent out there, bro, that's worthy of being in the league. That's not in the league.
But then you get into a lot of shit. Now we talking how much money that place can produce. You know, the loyalty to an organization. Now you got to start picking. And I do think that they, like the NBA talking about bringing Seattle back, that should have been done. But as far as the NFL, where could you see them dropping some teams?
You said dropping some teams.
Yeah, like if you going to add some expansion teams, where you going to bring them in at? Like, where would you place those organizations to maximize profits?
Oh, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's real interesting.
Probably some more Florida teams. Because California has a shit ton, so you might
I don't think you could do that. I think you gotta go middle of the nation.
Yeah, but the popularity and the attraction and all that.
I think the East Coast is very loyal.
Like you can't do no Iowa or no shit.
Yeah, the East Coast already got Washington and New England.
I'm telling you, man, we need one here in Mississippi, bro.
Mississippi Red Devils.
I was about to say some ignorant shit. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I kept it to myself. But, I mean,
we got the revenue stream, man. They need to stop being stingy.
Revenue stream and, man, I don't know.
Between the casinos and medical marijuana, they don't blew the fuck up in the lottery.
Does Colorado have a pro team?
Denver.
No. Yeah.
The Broncos. Does Colorado have a pro team?
Does Las Vegas?
I'm just playing.
I just think you need one in the deep south, man. Like fucking Alabama.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see it. Alabama, Mississippi. I just don't know. Alabama would make more sense. Nope, because Alabama's in the same boat that we are. Where it's like our college team generates too much for us to want to
put one in Utah.
Mm. Mm. That's some crazy weather too in the winter too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
I
shit would
don't
be
know how I
nuts.
feel about that. But who wants to subject professional players to have to come in and out of there?
Fuck that.
They do it
Fuck.
in Buffalo.
I was gonna say you gotta go to Buffalo,
Right. What's the
motherfucker.
difference? Shit, niggas, cars is buried in the snow and shit every day.
You see
Like,
Chicago, especially they field.
right.
Shit.
They don't play.
That shit scream
Detroit.
ACL tear on their field, man.
You said Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Lions.
Man, the
No,
dog.
I'm saying it's
Oh, the
snow, like
weather.
the weather.
I
Yeah.
mean, you ain't gonna bait me.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna bait me.
Tom Brady retires the same day today that he did last year.
He said for good.
This is a real anniversary. He said, "Fuck being married to Jizzy. This is my real anniversary, my retirement anniversary, and third's the charm. Can't have another retirement anniversary if you don't come back and play. Third's the charm."
Mm.
Every man needs an after the fact. This is his after the fact.
I'm just saying, like, you think I would imagine that any sports player's life gets repetitive.
Right.
And I would also imagine that for them to say something like a rookie wall is real and for all of them to hit it at the same time. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's logic behind that because the college season isn't as long as the pro season, so they tend to hit a wall around a certain amount of games. But I'm saying for your life to be so repetitive and for you to come to this conclusion on the very same day that you came to it last year, that leads me to believe one or two things. One, either you want the attention, so I'm gonna do it on the same day I did it last year, or two, that I'm just going through a natural progression of how this whole thing works. Because don't get me wrong, there were a lot of times in my football career where I was like, I'm not playing next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, it's like, yeah, I'm going back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you hit that after every year. You know what I mean? You hit that point where it's like, do I really want to do this? And it strikes me as for you to do it on the exact same day, if you don't want attention as a move where it's like, I'm just feeling this way around this time naturally.
Right.
So I don't know if it's a legit retirement.
Legit or a hoax?
Well, I told you, I just think he a considerate motherfucker, man. He doing it for the organization, letting them know, hey,
Like, I'm just not the same me. Let me
this
let
is,
y'all do y'all's thing.
yeah.
Mm. He damn near was about to cry. If you seen the video, he
Hmm.
towards the end, like you can tell he was barely holding that shit together. Like he was about to let loose.
That's why he said for good. He had to end it.
Right.
That was his way to end that shit and cut it off. Cause yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's almost like the end of like a superhero movie, like the last. It's like the last saga of it. Like the last. This is it. Like this is.
The end of your
Damn.
favorite season, TV season.
Right. It's like been watching this shit for so long, and this is finally.
I don't mind it.
I mean, all good things gotta come to an end at some point.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Brady did enough for the game, legally and illegally.
said legally and illegally.
The last thing I had was I see that they announced Tua expected to be ready for next season after clearing concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
Yeah, they prolonged the protocol,
Mm,
putting them, keeping them at
As
the
they should,
facility.
though,
Yeah,
in
keeping them
that
right.
at the
specific
facility.
situation.
Yeah, further testing, all that good shit. So,
They don't want no lawsuit. They try to be real cautious. That's what
Mm.
that is.
You think it'd be a lawsuit situation?
If they were not to treat it properly
You
and
think
just
I may have asked this question before? You think Tua's situation lowers his brother's stock?
no,
no. Mm-mm.
it's
Yeah,
more than
I don't think you can't do that with people. I mean, you could, but I don't think that.
I mean, you know these motherfuckers is treacherous. They ain't looking at you.
Did David lower Derek's stock?
No.
Did Peyton lower Eli's stock?
Peyton rose Eli's stock.
He did. Keep
But
it all the way.
that would also be different, right? Because both of those situations are different. And I'm not saying that Tua is injury prone. I'm just saying that he hadn't made it through a full season. And you couldn't say that about David. And Peyton
So what are
got
you?
hurt a little bit.
So what's your theory that because Tua gets hurt as often as he does genetically with him and his brother, he'll get hurt the same?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that that's true.
Mm,
I'm not saying that that's true. I'm just saying that
that's your
we
theory,
don't
though.
know how these motherfuckers look at cattle. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't I don't think going through a bad season filled with concussion problems give you a injury prone label.
That's why I said I don't think I would give him that because that could happen to anybody.
It's
Right.
more protecting your investment. You got to remember too, he's at the end of his contract now.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to pay him, or it's time to make a decision. So,
Mm.
I mean, at that point, baby,
Mm.
he was a round one pick. He get more money on his last year.
But shit, we gonna wrap it up. I don't think I ever gave my Eagles Chiefs spread.
You did.
Nah, I said I was leaning 13, but I originally said 5.
Uh,
I'ma go. I'ma go 36-23. Give me 13.
mm.
Still going Eagles 13. I'm gonna put that over there. All right, who's our hit the showers?
I'm giving it to the Niners defense for and what's his name, the offensive lineman Trent Williams. They was on some bullshit last. They was on some bullshit last weekend. They was trying to start shit. They got niggas punching the ball, like throwing like actual like bows at the ball after the whistle and shit. Yeah, they was just unprofessional. They got their ass whooped. They was pissed.
He
But they
said
got
he
hit.
thinking about retiring.
Who, Trent? I know he motherfucker shit. Or that either do that or come to Philly, come to join the dark. What they say, you can't beat them, join them. Our door's always open, Trent.
You stupid. Yeah, nah, right. Okay, I know I say it all the time, but this is my last time. I'm giving it to Jizzy from the block. She gotta get to hit the showers because she broke my nigga.
Come back stronger.
She broke my nigga.
He still finished fourth. She ain't breaking that much.
Nah. He gonna do his thing, but she broke him. Now he done lost her, and he's still like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. That's fucked up.
Shit, child support to make you do that.
You ain't worry about none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got, cute? I wouldn't think about it neither.
To the motherfucking NFL. I know what I wanted to say. I understand we got injuries and shit going on, and they naming, replacements for the Pro Bowl that ain't really no Pro Bowl, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Nigga. Tyler Huntley.
Huntley got a hit on?
Tyler Huntley got named as a Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
2 touchdown passes. Oh, season.
They felt bad for him and Carr.
No, I ain't hear that. I didn't hear that. Yeah, I agree. I didn't hear that.
So some got to change, man. Some got to change with this Pro Bowl shit, bro.
It's a popularity contest.
It ain't even popularity no more. That shit done got ignorant. So NFL hit the motherfucking shower.
Shit, hit the showers. Well, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to troll in this bitch. I don't know when we'll be back. Wednesday for sure. We'll catch y'all motherfuckers. We out.
Fuck the Raiders. They suck ass. They ain't never gonna make the playoffs.
Shut the fuck up.
Trash ass squad. You're a shame.